analytics. What's the benefit, under what circumstances, and which situation we are going to use star or snowflake schema. Now there is a code-free transformation, that is basically the data wrangling, wherein if a person who is not a coder but anyways has a basic understanding how codes work, like we have to join certain data sets, he has to do a pivot on top of it, do an unpivot, do certain amount of aggregations over here, just exactly like in case of an Excel, where we do a cumulative of all the columns or all the rows inside a column, summation, subtraction, multiplication, all that we do in case of an Excel sheet. That's something which we are going to see in this case of code-free environment, where you do not have to be a coder truly to be in this section of Data Factory. We have the flexibility and opportunity to make sure that all the requirements that we are looking towards, which can be achieved in the case of code, can also be achieved in the section of a code-free environment. What does it give you? The normal joins if you want to do. You want to do a summation, you want to do a multiplication, you want to do any kind of subtractions or anything as such, you can very well get it done. Towards the end, when you store the data into a storage location, you will always see the aggregated data that we were looking towards. We can do group by, sort by, all these things that we want to do. Everything will be obviously taken care here. After that, we will also see certain slowly changing dimensions. Like slowly changing dimensions, where do these situations or scenarios come into picture? Mostly in retail industries, you will find these slowly changing dimension tables, where the dimension tables, wherein the number of products, the list of products will keep on changing with a very gist of the options. Okay, now then comes something regarding the designing the modern data warehouse with the Synapse Analytics, how a data warehouse concept can also be integrated with the Synapse Analytics as well. Synapse is a combination of data warehouse plus the Spark functionality. Okay, now when we talk about the Spark and data warehouse concept together, that's where the Synapse has been prepared, giving us a platform where we can also use Jupyter notebooks. Apache Spark pools is what we can create and then integrate it with a Jupyter notebook as well. So that is something which we will be having in case of our Synapse. Okay, then we will see certain serverless pools where we will create certain SQL pools where databases will be hosted. Databases will be given a specific set of a configurational standards where they have the maximum amount of utilization at the peak hours, and if there is non-peak hours, then they will use the minimum amount of the resources that are available. That's where something which we will try to understand in case of these SQL pools. What are the different capabilities, the functionalities, the beauty of a complete pool is something which we will try to understand in the fourth module itself. Now, after this, we have understood like where a SQL pool comes into picture, for what purpose it is going to be utilized. Now, how do we query on top of it? What should we use, or what is the approach that we should be taking? How the table geometries are to be prepared? These are certain things which we will have to keep in mind while we start working in these cases. Okay. Gradually, we will move on to something like understanding a transformation of the data bricks in case of the data frames that we use, the data sets that we are going to utilize, different actions that we perform on the data frames and data bricks. That's something which we will see over here. Like, what is the requirement? Under what circumstances these actions are to be done? What is the exploration that has to be done in the entire data set? How do we connect towards it? That is the reason because of which we are going to see the requirement of complete ingestion and workaround in case of our Databricks and Synapse together. The features of Databricks is also available in case of Synapse as well. However, Synapse is a lot more costlier tool compared to that of Databricks as well. In fact, I would say they both work parallelly. However, we need to understand under what circumstances we should opt for Databricks and where should we go for Synapse, right? That is the area of focus which we have to keep in our mind when we suggest our clients or our project deliveries, like under which situation of our data, what is the kind of data that we're dealing with, we should be utilizing any of these two. Clear? Now, then we will be moving on to like how do we integrate SQL and Apache Spark Pool over to Synapse is what I just tried to tell you. Like we are going to call these Apache Spark notebooks also onto the Synapse Analytics and try to utilize them as well based on what situations and when the requirement comes into picture. All right. Now, after all of these, we will have a understanding like how do we do the ingestions into the data warehouse? What are the different sources from where the data can be generated and can be stored onto my data warehouse? That's the Synapse Analytics. What is the external table that we create? What is the geometry that we will follow? How do we do the connection strings between the external table and the storage area from where my data is going to be populated, or a real-time data which is going to be populated? So how do I do the complete connection strings? What are the formulas that I need to follow because of which I will have a good amount of rapidly changing data being captured over here? Okay, so that's one of a reason where we will see like petabyte of scale integration with the help of Data Factory and Synapse pipelines too. There are two types of pipelines which are available these days after the integration of pipelines Data Factory into the Synapse Analytics as well. There are Synapse pipelines which can also be used across all the parameters that we have, all the resources that we have, and then there is additionally we have Data Factory which does the same purpose as well, which resolves the same purpose as well. Now, here can be a question: under what circumstances should we go for Data Factory or Synapse Analytics pipelines? The reason can be Data Factory is a solely integrated tool where you ETL tool where you can utilize like multiple other systems, multiple other factors, lot many other wide options that you have in case of your Data Factory. In case of Synapse, it is, I would not say it is less, just a few things that are missing compared to that of your Data Factory. If it is 10 out of 10 for Data Factory, then it is 9.5 or 9 out of 10 for Synapse Analytics pipelines. Okay, that's the requirement which we will see when we roll in further and try to understand what are the components that we are going to cover up. The code-free environment, where I was trying to tell you, like under what circumstances where you will go for a code-free environment, why you should go for a code-free environment and why you should not. There are different pros and cons that needs to be discussed, which will give us a clear picture of what's the requirement. Fine. Now, the orchestration of the pipelines. Now, there will be like a storage that I have or a stream data. Let's say stream. And there is a storage. And both these data are coming simultaneously for my utilization. I have to pick these data and do certain amount of transformations and actions on top of it. Then after that, I have to do a preparing and training of the model where I will use Synapse. Then I have to feed these final outputs to the business on the other end, where they will utilize like if they want to capture the entire data from the table or from a storage or utilize it further into a representation, that's up to them. I do my ingestion here, then prepare and then this is like the prepare and train. Here I do the model preparation, and finally the entire setup is available. Now all this I have done here, I cannot keep coming every single day and execute my storage, execute my ingestion, my preparation and training, and then finally the model is prepared and it is getting ingested into the business layer. That is not something which I will do as a manual activity always. What I'll do is I'll put them across into a particular pipeline where my pipeline will be taking care of the entire setup that I'm looking towards. The complete purpose is answered with the help of a pipeline that I would create. So what does this pipeline do? The pipeline makes sure my triggers, whenever they are initiated, they can pick data from the storages, do the actions, do the models, and then finally ingest it into the business layers. Okay, so that is where I can make it sure. I can also have certain dynamic stuff written into my pipelines where they will consider only a few sets of file or all the files which are the latest files, or with an extension several other things that I want, I can very well have it done. I can concatenate 3-4 files together and then I'll put it across to you. And then that's the best thing that you can use in case of your data factory. Fine. After this, like I told you, there will be certain analyzing and optimizing the data warehouse storages in case of your Synapse Analytics and all. Then we get on to and see something related to our hybrid transactional and analytical processing. What does this mean? Hybrid transactional analytical processing means there will be a setup which is available that can deal with rapid transactions, rapid movement of our data, changing data, which is completely dynamic and can be anything over here. Unexpected is what we behave here, right? That's the expectations which we set, and then we try to achieve something out here. Now, gradually, when we have a rapidly changing data, the schema is changing, then I should be utilizing uh, some of the databases which can be able to store the data all together with these changing data sets. Like, let's say today if I have 10 columns and the next moment I have like 20 or 30 columns, then in that case it should not fail. It should not have a challenge in these cases, right? So that is where I will make sure the complete setup is taken care. Okay, so this is where the Cosmos DB comes into picture. A highly multi-dimensional, multi-model database which helps in storing multiple data forms and types of data. Okay, integrating the Cosmos DB with our Synapse Analytics is where it makes us convenient to fetch data from from the Cosmos DB for our Synapse altogether. Fine. Now, after all these things being done and said, what we see is there is something known as a key vault management. What is a key vault? That's a vault which has the different keys inside it, meaning the different secrets. Let's say the SQL DB password that is to be stored, or the Synapse Analytics login password that is to be stored. Certain keys that are required, certain access strings that are needed. Those are certain things which needs to be stored on top of your key vault. That's where they serve the purpose for us. The security concept. Okay, that is the reason because of which we will utilize this particular key vault. Then comes the requirement of big data integration for a streaming analytics. How does a stream analytics work in case of our uh, Synapse Analytics? How do we set it up across? What are the different ingestions that we do? How the event hubs are prepared? What is an event hub? How the IoT sensors are going to generate live data for us, and we are going to capture it from our end and utilize it. This is something which we will be covering in case of our 14th module, Azure Stream Analytics. Okay. Then the 15th and 16th model is like more or less processing the data that we would have generated with the help of the stream analytics. The stream analytics, whatever the data that has come up, how do we set it up in case of our Azure platform so that it gives us a complete integration to work on top of the entire data set. Fine. And Gradually, in case of the 16th module, we will have the Power BI representation. Like all the data that we have captured, how do we represent it in the form of a BI tool with the help of stream analytics, the data that is getting generated, doing certain amount of transformations in case of Databricks, and ingesting either the Databricks data directly onto the Power BI or moving it onto the Synapse Analytics, and then from Synapse to the Power BI. This is where I can prepare the complete model. Finally, I will have a machine learning integration done in this case, where I will try to understand certain banking related aspects where there is a compliance issue or where there is a challenge of any kind of theft or something like that, is which we will try to push in these cases to understand the complete requirement and when and where they will be covered up. Clear? So these are the different aspects, these are the different stuff which will be covered completely in our entire duration of the discussions that we are going to cover, and we will have a setup in these cases. Completing all these 17 different modules and labs all together is where we will be having cleared all the modules of 203. And when we take up the examination for 203, that's where we will be able to make sure that at any point of time, I will be able to take up the certification and I'm good to go for the market to have a good amount of a job. See, it is not mandatory that you have to take up the certification once you are done with the course. You can take up the certification as per your requirement whenever you feel like you're convenient, or if you want to go for a hands-on with the real-time analytics and then you want to take up the exams, you are always welcome. There is no hard and fast like that. I'll always be there around you, all people, to help you at any point of time if you need any kind of help while you take up the examinations and even after the courses are done. Okay, so that's where Intel team and me as your trainers will always be available for you round the clock. Fine. So that is something predominantly about all the aspects that we have to cover. Now, what does a data engineer do on a daily basis? You are expected to deal with a very jargon kind of a data that is shared across to you, and you prepare a complete representation out of it in the form of rows and columns or in the form of pie chart or graphs or howsoever it is. This is the expectation. It doesn't matter what you have learned, where you have learned, or how you have learned, doesn't matter. All that is expected is as per the industry standards that is needed. Now, what does it give you when you are a data engineer? If at all on case of Azure, then it gives you a good knowledge package and all will follow you once you have a good knowledge. The latest skills in the market, the hot piece of cake in the market which you're going to grab. Once you grab these expertise, you will understand what's your value once you prepare your profile. We will help you with preparing your profile completely. What are the points that you should be mentioning, what you should add, which is actually the catchy things in case of the markets these days, and then we take you further. All right, so now that's where the data engineers are all about. Plenty of jobs are available in the market. Hundreds and thousands of jobs are available across the globe, I'll tell you. We have very less resource in the market right now. Now, this is the highest opportunity. We complete everything. We grab this opportunity, try to learn and explore ourselves and make ourselves comfortable in the market, and we grab the opportunity. Now, when we do it, this is where we do it right now. And once we are done, we will make sure that all the support that is needed, all the support that is expected from our end, we will definitely cover it up all for you. Okay. Now, I would leave the forum open for every one of you. If you have any questions, you can drop in the chat window and we have the team here so everyone can answer the questions. So that is where you can take up all your questions. We are here to take up all your questions. anything that you have got. I'm waiting for your questions. If you have any questions, then very well you can shoot. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Is there, am I expecting any questions or any doubts from your people if you want me to explain or something? So guys, what motivates you to join or you to follow the rules of data engineers? What is your expectations out here? If you have any, you can very well post it in the chat window. I'm going through it. There are questions that is coming up, like some private okay, some private chats are here. Okay, now what will I get once if I have taken the course? See, you will be getting a complete experience and a flavor of all the things that are here related to each and every other components that are available. All the 16 modules will give you a complete expertise to the storage, a NoSQL database, Databricks on top of Python or Scala. And in that case, whatever the language that you feel like, you can very well select. We will also help you with both the languages. After this, you will go through the Synapse Analytics, the SQL database, and the Stream Analytics, Data Factory. These are all the different components that you'll have added up to your profile. Now, lots of questions have piled up in case of you. So now there is another question. Can you teach only Data Factory? See, Data Factory, I can teach definitely. That will be a pure component where I'll cover up all the segments out here from start till the end, where each and every component that we have worked, we will be utilizing in case of Data Factory. So that is where we will cover up from start till the end. So we will have to wait when I come up to Data Factory. Now there's another question. I don't have any coding skills. Can I take up the time? Yeah, see, this is not about like I have to be completely a coder and only then I will be able to take up the complete situation. Not as such. I can very well make sure like whatever I have, all these different things, we will definitely help you with the basics of coding and intermediate level. Down the lane, we will also help you with different documentations and all, which you can follow and try and practice, which will give you a complete picture and idea of how to take it up. Okay, now the questions have inflowed a lot. Okay, I'm just trying to answer each one of them. Now, what if I do not clear the examination? See, if you do not clear the examination starting out here, we are here to help you always. We will definitely make sure that each and every other component and bits and pieces are covered up for your people so that you can take up the complete examination and you do not fluke in that. We will make sure that that does not happen, because not a single piece is what we are going to leave behind. Okay, then I have another question. If I am not satisfied, will there be a reimbursement? Of course, there will be a reimbursement if you're not satisfied with the course, or at any point of time you are not happy with certain reasons or anything that you do feel like it's not as per your requirement. You can very well go for it. There is no hard and fast that you will be restricted. Okay. Now there's another question. Uh, can I have a use case of Databricks? Use case of Databricks is multiple. I can give you n number of use cases where there are like uh, a lot many options that are available, which I'll be taking it up all together. So just a moment, I can take up all the questions. I can't hear you, sir. Hello, sir. Are we recording the sessions? I'm Intellipaat learner. Disturbance in voice. Okay, I believe it is now recovered. In the course Data Factory training to the free, I don't see all the 17 modules. These are the different modules that are going to be covered by Data Factory altogether. These are the modules which are absolutely from Microsoft. These slides and everything whichever you see, they are from Microsoft. So this is all on my shoulders. If you do not see these modules, that is something which we will help you to edit and get things done for you. Okay, so don't worry for that part. I'll make sure it is answered. I feel this agenda of the course is right. If I feel this is a agenda of the course, right? I do not get your question, Ravi. Can you please come up once again so that I can answer properly? Someone with 12 years of IT experience and no programming background can opt for the role. If yes, what kind of roles? You can be a data architect. You can understand how the entire structure has to be prepared, under what situation I need to take up which particular resource, which is going to be cost effective, and why I should not be taking up any of the resources, what is going to be my budget, and how do I take it up all together. So that's where you can take up this course, Sayed. Okay, is there a different course? Different course was available, is available, and that will be over by 30th of I believe 30th of July. That is 200 and 201 was available, which was like data engineering, both combined data engineering. One is implementation and the other one is design. However, that's something which has been changed over a duration, over a period of time, and we have come up with 203 from Microsoft, and that's the only examination which we will be taking it up. Okay, fees and duration. Duration will be almost around 45 to 50 hours of duration, which we will be covering it up. Fees, you can very well have a discussion with the Intel team. They will guide you with what is the fees and all that is applicable. Okay, the Intel team is going to join in a few minutes. They will help you with all that. Then comes, how about the lab environment? Yes, the lab environments, we will help you with the complete labs. Each and every module that you have seen, all the 17 modules will have 17 different labs. All the 17 labs are going to be practiced, are going to be utilized. I will give you real-time projects as well, which you have to work, real-time data, where you have to do certain amount of tasks to assignments which are going to be shared to you. Okay, from when we are going to start this, the sessions are going to start pretty soon. I'll have a I already have a team member from Intel who is going to take up these questions. Just give me one moment. This is Kiran. Okay, I'll let you know that. Is this course covering all the topics for DP? Yes, it does, Yan Wang. This course covers each and every module of DP 203. If you check in the website of Microsoft certification, you will figure out all these 17 modules that we have seen over here. What type of documents that you will provide will be from Microsoft official courses. Yes, there will be Microsoft official courses which will be covering up all the requirements that you want. A book which will cover up every other details which we would have studied all these while, where bits and pieces which we would have discussed already in the classes will also be available in the complete sessions for you. Okay, how many interactive courses are in total? When it comes to the interactive courses, it is like one course which we will be covering it up. This is altogether the 203, where each and every other bits and pieces are going to be covered, which shall make sure that all your questions and setup is answered and available for you. Okay, how will this course align to someone aspiring a solution architect path? If you're looking towards a solution architect, then you will have to be aware of how these components behave. What are the ways and what are the different forms where you will be utilizing these different components, these different resources? Under what circumstances you will go for the different changes that you're looking towards, where you should do a manipulation, where you should do a modifications and all. These are certain aspects which you should keep in mind while you try to pitch in a solution. To pitch in a solution, these basics and these granular things are something which is expected from a IT guy. Okay, shall I create a subscription myself for those tests? For the tests and for all the examinations, for all the let's say all the labs that we have, we will help you with an Azure subscription, how to create and where to create, what are the steps that you have to follow. We will help you with that. When is your batch going to start? The batch is going to start pretty soon. It's almost like I believe someone is here from the team, so he's going to answer your questions. Yeah, I do have someone from the team. They will take up these questions. One is okay. What is the duration of the course? I told you like it's going to be around 40 hours of duration as per Microsoft, and maybe since people will have a regular amount of questions, certain doubts, and all these, by clearing them, it might take another 5-7 hours extra, right? So that's where I keep a buffer of another 5 to 10 hours extra. Okay, so let's cover up like 45 to 50 hours is what it will take. Is this program a subset of Masters in Cloud program? This is a subset of Masters of Cloud and Cloud program, because Masters of Cloud generally cover a lot many other different aspects altogether. You will have to be aware of different other DevOps, data ops, multiple things are available in case of your Masters of Cloud program. This is one organ I can say. Okay. Do we have weekend batches? Yes, we have weekend batches. Lab environment is from Intellipaat or a free Azure account we are going to create. This we will be helping you. I'll share you all the lab details, how you have to do, what you have to do, where you have to create, and all that. Now, for the environment purpose, we will let you know if there is a complete environment that we will share you from our end, or a free account from your end is what you have to create. Okay, so this we will answer it sometime. I'll help you with this. You will be trainer or someone else. I am a trainer. If I'm assigned with the batch wherein you people are available, wherein you people come and join me, then definitely I will be your trainer. There are multiple other trainers as well. So maybe if I am packed, my session is packed, then you might be assigned to a different trainer. Okay. All right. These are a lot many questions which have flowed in. Okay. All right. There's another question here. Okay, it's like sorry, the fees and duration, that's I've already answered it. Like you will have the fees and durations. Duration is 45 to 50 hours is what I'll cover up, and fees you can have a discussion with the Intel team. They will be guiding you with it. So I believe Sweta or Satish, anyone is here, they can answer your questions. Yeah, Satish is here.
Yes, Pradyot, I'm available. I'll take care of.
Thank you. Yep, I'm all good, guys. You have any other questions, then you can please shoot. I'll definitely keep on answering them. Yes, I have answered almost all every other questions. I believe if you have any other questions you're looking towards, I would request you to reach the Intel team. The Intel team is all here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Over to you, Satish. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Pradyot. Thanks a lot for your valuable time. Hello, all. I'm Satish. I'm the Senior Program Manager from Intellipaat. I hope everyone is doing well and safe enough. All right. So, first of all, I'd like to deliver my sincere thanks to each and every participant for spending their valuable time for being patient and take up this webinar to I hope everyone would have got some insightful ideas about the importance and the prospects of Azure Data Factory, right? So I'm just going to take valuable 10 minutes of your time just to show you the right solution that has been offered from Intellipaat to perform big data engineering on Azure Cloud, which is precisely the Azure Data Factory meant for you to crack the Microsoft's DP203 exam, right? So I'll show you on the navigation how you can able to reach the course program page. So once you go to a site Intellipaat, you can just type Azure space data space free, and you can click on search. And you can click on the search icon. You can see a course called Azure Data Factory Training for DP203. You can just click on the program name. So the program page opens. So which is Azure Data Factory Training for DP203 certification offered by Intellipaat in collaboration with Microsoft. So all the learners who are all enrolling for this program and taking up the program under the Microsoft SMEs or Microsoft certified SMEs would be entitled to get a course completion certificate from Microsoft as well. And this is a core industrial certification precisely, right? And as I said before, before deep diving into the topics, or if you could see, this program is completely going to be an instructor-led, interactive, live online classroom training with a lot of exposure laid on the case studies and the projects. So it's not something like a course where we run the slides and we just show you what are the theoretical aspects of the program, which is not going to help you in any aspects too, right? So this program, as I said before, it will be completely molding and any professional to perform complete big data engineering on Microsoft Cloud Services. All right, and precisely as mentioned in the program page, you'll be learning how to connect Power BI with the data lake and how to use or optimize the data factory for the end user requirements precisely. All right, and as I said before, the mentorship is highly focused on practical mentorship of 70% to 30%. 70% is practical mentorship and 30 is theoretical mentorship. Let's deep dive into the curriculum. You can see a tab called curriculum in the program page. If you click on that, you can see the modules, everything, right? So you can click on each and every module and you can just go through the curriculum precisely. So if you could see module 1 is going to be non-relational data stores. Click on that and you can see the just view of the curriculum that is going to be offered in the module number 1. All right. And second, we are just going to teach you on the data lakes and Azure Cosmo DB. And third is relational data stores and why Azure SQL. Fifth one is Azure Batch, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Databricks, Azure Stream Analytics, and monitoring and security as well precisely. All right, this is a most comprehensive program as well, so which completely suffices the requirements for you to crack Microsoft's DP 203 exam, which you can see it in the certification tab. There is Azure Data Engineer certification. So this is going to be the certificate offered by Microsoft as well. This is a course completion certificate, what you're going to get upon completion of this program with your name imprinted. Okay, and this is the Microsoft official course which you are completing it, which is meant for you to crack the exam DP 203. Right, so the program curriculum content is completely curated and upgraded as per the Microsoft requirements for any professionals who wants to crack the Microsoft exam. Right, let's deep dive into the course features. Okay, you would be having close to 30 hours of instructor-led interactive online classroom training. Okay, plus 24 hours of intense practical project and exercises duration, so accounting to 40 to 50 hours of instructor-led interactive online classroom training, where the classes will be only over the weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST. Right, it's Saturdays and Sundays, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. IST, 3 hours per Saturday, 3 hours on Sunday. The program duration is approximately going to be for 6 weekends to 7 weekends for you. It completely follows experiential learning methodology. So whatever the SME or trainer will teach you, immediately they'll make you to work on the cloud to implement the learnings that you have gained. All right, so and it's going to make you or mold you practically very strong enough as well. Right, so and on top of it, if you could see during the session hours, any doubts, the trainers or the SMEs are going to resolve your doubts immediately then and there. And apart from the session hours, if you have any doubts, not a problem. First, you can refer the live session recordings. So whatever the sessions you're attending with the trainers, the recordings of those live sessions will also be added to your LMS within 12 to 24 hours, which is also lifetime accessible. And on top of it, you'll be getting the course materials prepared by the Microsoft SMEs, okay, pertaining to this program curriculum, and also some official course materials as well to mold you to reach your goals precisely on taking up the program. So you can refer the live session recordings as well as the high quality e-learning video tutorials in the form of self-paced videos, so that you can refer it at any point of time apart from the session hours to resolve your doubts. On top of it, if you could also feel that you need some additional assistance or mentorship apart from the session hours, we have lifetime free 24/7 support. Even at midnight, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., if you encounter a doubt, you can reach us, our support team, through WhatsApp or through telephone or through email, where our mentors are available to reach you out and resolve your doubts. This is lifetime free 24/7 support even after you complete the course, and after years down the line, if you have or if you encounter any doubts pertaining to this curriculum, we are always more glad to guide you and serve you. Right, and as I said before, we make you to work on numerous hands-on exercises, numerous assignments. We help you to create your Azure cloud account on a subscription basis, and everything we make you to work on the Azure cloud directly. So we make you to work on numerous hands-on exercises, assignments, and we make you to immerse on business case studies so that you can understand how top-notch Fortune 500 MNCs are handling the real-time challenges today. Right, so this will give you a complete clarity exposure on how big data engineering is performed on Azure cloud precisely across different industries like manufacturing or product or service or e-commerce or supply chain or healthcare, etc. Right, so and If you could see, finally, we also make you to work on, apart from the case studies and hands-on exercise, we also make you to work on some projects which you can refer it in the projects tab. So where you'll be learning to how to create the Azure Data Factory to find the most popular YouTube channel, working with Azure Data Factory, data lake, Azure SQL, okay, where you'll be creating an automated solution. You can just have a look at the projects, what you're going to work. All right. And as I said before, we also make you to work on multiple case studies according to each and every concept, right, with the industrial scenario. Fine. And upon completion of the program, there will be an assessment in everyone's LMS. They can take up that assessment, and if they can able to crack 60% of marks in their LMS assessment, okay, they'll be getting a course completion certificate from Intellipaat. Okay, and on top of it, we also you'll be also be getting a course completion certificate from Microsoft as well. Okay, Microsoft accredited certificate, which you can see it in the certification tab. So this is going to be the model image of a certificate what each and every learner is entitled to get upon the completion of the program, right? And as I mentioned, reiterating it, this program is completely designed for you to crack the exam DP203, which is the latest exam from Microsoft. So you'll be getting a course completion certificate by Microsoft for performing big data engineering on Microsoft Azure cloud services, right, which is globally recognized. And trust me, today why we are collaborated with Microsoft is because we are a global authorized training service partners for them. All right, and on top of it, since we always believe on quality training, we have also collaborated with IBM, okay, IITs, NITs, and some of EC Council, IIBA, etc., with some of the global top tech entities precisely. And adding to it, today we have 400 plus courses, and if, for each course, if I take approximately 5 to 6 trainers, we work with 2,000 to 3,000 trainers globally, right? And that is the level, or that is a what is the growth that we have come across is in this recent 12 years of time. And on top of it, if you could see, we also not only help you to crack the exam, Microsoft exam, and we also help you to get placed in terms of our intense 100% job assistance, right? So what we do is, we, upon completion of the program, each and every learner is entitled to participate in the free career job assistance. All right, what we do is, we arrange some exclusive discussions with our industry experts pertaining to this technology. We will be helping you to derive or design your career map on how you should focus in your career for the next 10 to 15 years upon completion of the program. What are the other vital career outcomes you can concentrate, and how you should plan your career, right? And we also be guiding you in terms of your resume preparation, LinkedIn profile preparation, right? And we share you some frequently asked interview questions as well. And we also conduct some mock interview sessions to improvise your performance on the interviews. And then we do the CV outsourcing, where we have also excelled in terms of the placements too, where our learners have got multiple interview calls within 90 business days of time upon this program completion as well. So, and on top of it, with reference to the ever-changing global project requirements, since Azure is more and more comfortable and has a huge affinity towards enterprises today, performing the big data engineering on Azure cloud is highly cost effective for the enterprises to reach the required insights and derive the business insights, or to take up the business decisions accordingly. So on taking up this program, for sure, it's going to be a highlighting thing on your career. It's going to be a feather on a cap for anyone, or for anyone who's aspiring to be a prominent professional in Azure cloud. They are good to go ahead with this, and there are no prerequisites to take up this program. Anybody who's not well aware of programming also, they can take up this program, because our program curriculum has been structured in such a manner everything is going to be taught to you from the basics till the advanced level. All right, okay. So now taking you through the program fee part. The entire program for Azure Data Factory comes to 30,000 plus taxes, which is right 30,039 plus 18% GST, which comes to INR 34,998. Right, towards this weekend, okay, I'm having 3 discount coupons left with me, which works on first come first serve basis. And any person who is interested to avail this 30% flat discount, they can always reach out to me. I'll also mention my contact number as well. Okay, so my name is Satish. I'm the program manager here. So Satish, contact number, you can directly reach out to me after this session if anyone is interested to know more about this program. My mobile number, and all right, and my WhatsApp number is, one second, yeah, My WhatsApp number is 8047186734. This is my WhatsApp number, which you can directly reach out to me, or you can also have my email ID, Intellipaat.com, where you can directly reach out to me for any assistance or query. We can connect over a call, right? So please don't think that it's a sales gimmick to attract the learners to give you some exceptional discounts and everything. So and adding to it, since it's more niche module in the website, you can see only 10% off. Since it's a new quarter commencement for us, since fortunately it's a weekend for us, we have launched some weekend offers so that the learners can get benefited. So this is all about the program, and on top of it, adding some of the most valuable information is we give you the flexibility to attend as many batches or as many classes as you want throughout your life, which means tomorrow evening we are this Sunday evening we are commencing a new batch for this Azure Data Factory. 4th July, 10th July, 17th July are the new batches, but this 30% off, okay, is completely meant for the professionals who are willing to any of these upcoming batches in this month, right? And I would sincerely request you to make use of it, consider this option as well. And for example, when I say you about this attending as many classes or as many batches as you want, let's take for once you're commencing your sessions on 4th of July, you're attending the sessions for 2 weeks and 3 weeks. Unfortunately, if you happen to miss out the sessions suddenly, what to do? Nothing to worry. You can inform our support team who works 24/7 to place you in a new different batch with a new different trainer. We shall be able to help you out with it by putting you in a new different batch, the new different trainer precisely. So like this, once again from the scratch, you can start taking up the sessions. This is lifetime free 24/7 support, which we can able to help you out with. So, or for your benefit, I'm also posting my info in the chat as well so that everyone can make use of it. All right. Okay. One sec. I hope everyone can able to see my contact info as well. I've posted in the chat, right? So please, I would be more glad to answer all your queries or clarifications pertaining to Azure Data Factory or any certifications related to Azure as well. So if anyone is looking out for a complete career transition, or if anyone is looking out for in order to be aspiring prominent professional in Azure technology, or if anyone wants to commence their career in Azure, I'm more glad to guide you on the right certifications precisely. And on top of it, okay, in terms of job prospects, if you could see, for anyone can have a opportunity at Azure cloud precisely because Azure is one of the hottest technology today which is prevailing. And trust me, okay, Azure is hot and it's booming like anything in the recent 12 to 13 months of time, right? So this is the right time for anyone to switch their career into Azure so that they can able to drive their career in a much more optimistic manner for the next 10 to 15 years precisely, right? And trust me, all the people in this world have their own opportunity in IT audience or in IT. So if anyone is from a complete different background who wants to commence their career in Azure, they are completely good to go with this course. And for sure, okay, the package remunerations will be completely depending upon their profile. But if you're looking out for example, if you're earning 1 lakh and if you are expecting you to get 2 lakh as your take home package, obviously you have to go ahead with a higher end level program more than this, which I'm more glad to guide you over a telephonic call or over a WhatsApp call when you guys are available or when you guys can able to reach me out. Right? Fine, guys. So this is all what I wanted to convey in this valuable 10 minutes of your time. I guess I have conveyed. Any questions, guys? I can able to answer you. Any questions, guys? All right, I hope everyone would be very clear on the program, the certification what Intellipaat offers. Any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me over WhatsApp or a telephonic call or an email. I'm more glad to answer each and every one of your queries. Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.